Welcome back to Impact. I'm Barbara Brabetz. Today's Science and Education segment takes an artistic turn where we talk about how education can influence an artist's development and medium. I'm here with Karen Norton. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
You are originally from this area, are you not?
I'm from Troy originally. I moved here when I was 17.
So 17, you moved to Schenectady. And you know, your life is going on as a late teen, early 20s,
Yeah,
and then
everything was going okay.
And then something happens.
Yes, at age 20, I had a stroke.
A stroke. People don't have strokes at 20.
That's what I thought so too. But I mean, after having my stroke, I've met people that are in their 20s, that are in their 30s, that are in their teens that do have strokes.
Mm-hmm. So your life is going on, you're thinking that, you know, you're full steam ahead, it's adulthood, and then you really have to take another look at your life.
Well, I graduated from high school, just got a job. Loved the job I had. I was nurse's aide. So I was doing great. I was there a month and then the stroke happened.
Unbelievable.
Very unbelievable.
So here we are many years later, and you can kind of reflect back on how much trauma that was in your life, both physical, emotional, financial, I'm sure.
Well, I was living with my father still, so financial wasn't a real issue. Traumatic, yes, it was very traumatic because you take and you just get out of high school, just get a job, and your life just stops.
Yes.
And I can't remember very much of the stroke, but I mean, waking up 17 days later and not knowing what is going on, not knowing what happened, why am I in the hospital, why can't I move, all that stuff there is very traumatic.
And 17 years ago, the drugs that they have now for early intervention in stroke weren't the same.
No, they weren't. They were.
You had some damage.
Yes, very much. I have left-sided paralysis.
So even today?
Even today, I've got limited use on the left side.
Well, you're doing marvelously. So even with limited use in the left side, even with this kind of 180-degree turn in your life, it brought out the artistic side of you. Now, who were you inspired by in school? Do you have any good teachers that really helped you?
The one person that helped me with my artistic, I've got to say again, Maria Mediato. She's great. She brought in that poetry book, and it just...
And she was your English teacher?
No, she was a tutor.
Oh, right.
Because I had gone to school, graduated, and then took and wanted to go back and relearn some stuff because I lost a lot of information from having the stroke.
So Maria brings into your sessions books of poetry.
Books of poetry, and I just took off with it, which was weird because, I don't know.
It wasn't really on your radar?
No, not really.
And then boom,
it's
poetry.
Here. Poetry. And I sort of was writing 5 poems a day, or a week even, I'm thinking.
Oh, that's so enviable.
And she's like, slow down. I go, well, I can't.
So here's your book.
Yeah, it's poems from the heart.
Well, certainly that's apropos.
Yeah.
Your book is done. You're looking for a publisher.
Yeah.
And is your life story really made out in poems? I mean, some authors will write a biography.
No.
But poems of the heart are really...
Well, it's just poems that of things that happened, like when I was a child, growing up, like being a young adult, you know, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain.
Well, I mean, you explain it in poetry, and we're going to have you read some of your poems later, so that's great. But this is not all that you do. In addition to this, I understand you have a showing going on right now of your art.
I do. Like I said, I have been doing artwork for about 10, 15 years, and I work with Sunnyview Hospital, and I go over there once a week on Thursdays, and we do art.
So not only are you doing your own art, but are you encouraging the others at Sunnyview to use this as a medium?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. we talk to each other.
Sure.
We don't criticize. We give our input on different things.
So in your visual art and your acrylics, who's the one that really set you on fire?
MC Escher, I guess, would be the one that, because he's the one I started going home, and my first one was called Blazing Angels, and I wish I brought a picture of it, but I don't have a picture with me. But
so Blazing Angels, and it reminds you of that MC Escher feeling of,
yeah.
What is it about his artistry that really sings to you?
Just how dynamic his pictures are, his stuff. I'm like, wow, My husband goes, they all look the same. I go, they're supposed to look the same. That's what the artist wanted. And I go, he goes, they all look like leaves. I go, well, that's your opinion. I go, your opinion is what they are. But I mean,
so your art, I think you can get a meal and see your art at the same time.
you can. My artwork is at Mari's restaurant on Van Franken.
Right here in Schenectady.
Yes, it is right here in Schenectady.
Well-known Japanese restaurant.
Yes, it is.
So it's on display right in the restaurant.
It's on display for at least another week or so.
That's terrific. So if someone sees your lovely paintings at Mari's and wants to get a hold of you, do you have a way to do that?
There's a phone number, there's cell phone, and there's an email.
Great. So we'll provide that here so that if anyone is watching the show and they're interested, they can contact you right away.
Yes.
We're going to take some time now, a little diversion, and we have some poems that you'd like to read for us, and I can't wait.
Sure.
This is my favorite part.
Okay.
Okay?
The first poem I'm going to read is The Road We All Walk. I'm walking on a road, unsure where it goes, wondering what I'll do if I meet up with you. Tell me who you are. Did you come real far? When are you going back? Tell me all the facts.
Very nice. So you have another one up for us?
I do.
The Beauty of the Soul?
Yes.
Okay.
The beauty of the soul. The rose may be the untouched beauty, but I am the unseen love that holds the rose. If you don't see me, you won't see the rose. In the long run, you've lost twice. The rose and then me. Give us a chance to show our beauty. Learn to love us for who we are. Beauty is the soul, which is deeper than the rose.
That's beautiful and so true. Take that one.
Do I have to?
We have a couple short ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
The burden of trust. The burden of trust begins with us and how we live our lives. The truthfulness, the wondrous bliss in what we do each day. But don't worry, for I trust you with a very special part. I trust you with my heart.
Oh, that's very nice.
The last road to walk. There is a road upon this hill, and walk it I shall do. When I am at the end of it, I'll meet up with you. No, I don't know who you are, or even if you're for me. But because I've walked this far, we'll have to wait and see. So meet me at the end of this. We'll be friends, I am sure. Those who walk the longest path always have an open door.
So Karen, we're going to wrap up the show, but I think you have a wonderful message, both in your poetry and your artistry. But there are people out there today who might be down and out, faced with a situation maybe that they didn't expect to happen to them, similar to what happened to you many years ago with your stroke. What do you have to say to them as an artist, as a creative force, as someone who's been where they are?
Just take and stand up, and if you can see it, if you can hear it, if you can taste it, It's there. You just need to touch it and grab it and go for it with everything you've got.
Wow, what a wonderful way to end the show. It's poetry as we speak. You've been watching the Science and Education segment on Impact. I'm Barbara Brabetz. Thanks so much for watching.
Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.